Chapter 1 Warmth.
Hinata's point of view. The afternoon practice after the testing day was the worst. I think it rots my brain from the lack of sleep and the excess amount of homework. Nobody acted like their usual self. Daichi took the exercise size limit a little lower today for our health. I thanked him thoroughly. Kageyama and I were setting to each other today, even the little amut of work we had to do. I felt extremely drowsy and couldn't keep on focus. I didn't feel like myself today. I stood in my place drowsily and looked toward the approaching Kageyama.
Didn't you hear the captain? Hey idiot, are you listening?
He growled in irritation. I couldn't process the question. A rush of blood came to my head and I collapsed.
Hey, are you alright?
I clasped Kageyama's shoulder to steady myself. I don't think I can do practice anymore, I said without a doubt. Everyone was watching me with worried glances. My vision blurred. Not even a second later, pain hit my head like a bullet train. I fell onto my knees and held my head in my hands. Ugh. I tried to look up, but the pain was so immense that I couldn't. But even though I couldn't hear him or see him, I felt his warmth beside me the whole time my ordeal was present. That feeling was nice and pleasant. A thought passed through my mind. If only I could stay awake longer. I might be able to tell him the feelings I've kept for him. If only I could hold him. For him to hold me. Kageyama, I love you.
Oh my. Chapter 2.
Okay, chapter 2, Hinata's point of view. That kinda rhymes. My eyes didn't open, but with the pain subsided, I could be conscious. I heard the rest of the team, but they were being surprisingly quiet. I relished the warmth of my pillow below me, snuggling closer, causing a grunt to escape from its mouth. Wait, what? I opened my eyes, then flicked them from one side of the locker room to the next. No one was there. They must have left from earlier.
Hey dumbass, are you feeling any better?
The deep rumble of Kageyama's voice made me jump and shiver at the same time. I turned to look at him, obviously pissed. Don't call me a dumbass, I complained. He rolled his eyes, not caring in the least. He sat quietly on the bench next to me for a surprisingly long time. I looked towards Kageyama again, formulating what had happened. From what position I'm in, and what position Kageyama's in, he was sharing his lap so I could use it as a pillow. A lap pillow? And my face started to heat up and I felt a blush creep to the back of my neck. Doesn't situations like this only happen in manga? What's going on? Kageyama noticed my bright red face.
Are you alright? Do you have a fever?
He asked, concerned. Almost in a blink of an eye, he was right in front of me, checking my forehead with his. I felt my brain poof. All logic is gone. His breath rolled over my lips slightly, making me hold my breath.
Hinata?
Kageyama asked. I continued to long for his lips. As he continued to try to get my attention, he put his hand on my shoulder, shaking me slightly. I looked up at him.
Kageyama's point of view. Hinata looked up at me with lustful eyes, accented by his bright red face. I gulped down the urge to kiss him then. His lips looked irresistible. I turned my head away from the situation. When did he turn so goddamn cute? I licked my lips, wetting them. I heard Hinata catch his breath. I looked towards him, now lustfully contemplating. I inched myself towards him. He noticed almost right away. Hinata. I let his name roll off my tongue seductively, trying to close the space between us. His amber eyes flashed confidence and grabbed my collar, dragging me to his lips. Our teeth clashed, but we didn't stop. I closed my eyes, leaning into the kiss. I nipped his bottom lip to grant me entrance. He accepted, opening his mouth. I explored his cavern with my tongue, licking the sides. The heat began to accumulate in both our mouths, but we both refused to release. I sucked on his tongue, feeling the need to do more. He moaned, turning me on more so than he already has. I pulled back first, panting heavily as the saliva that connected us ceased to exist. I looked towards Hinata and gulped. His half-lidded eyes stared at me. He wanted me. And I very much wanted him.